Hey, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Comedy Road Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Roseberry.
I'm Lena Green.
I'm Jason Schuster.
And guys, we are excited to introduce you to this week's guest. She is a comedian, a writer, an actor, a producer, and an artist, I believe, with watercolors. Let's hear everything we can get from Ms. Gabby Vargas.
Yeah.
She's the first one we clap for.
Clap it
Right out
up.
the gate. Opening
Just
clap.
keep it going. Keep it going.
Clap.
Cheers and applause.
Opening clap.
Raise your glass.
Gabby, we're pumped to have
Hey,
you.
guys.
So, as you know, this podcast, or you don't, but this podcast is all about talking to comedians who have made it to the point where you're a traveling road comic.
Awesome.
So we would love to know, wherever you kind of want to begin, what's exciting to you right now in your career? What's going on with comedy for you?
So many things, I'm so excited. I'll actually be traveling to Tampa, Florida this
Oh.
month.
Oh.
And Orlando, doing the Orlando Improv and the Tampa Improv.
Oh, there's an
this month.
intro.
So, yeah.
Another clap it up for that. Clap it up. There we go.
yeah,
We clap a lot
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Clap.
We clap a lot.
Close to
We're
about
gonna do
3
back
on
to
the
waves.
episode. Yeah. It's going to kill people's ears.
Yeah. Soon we get into the wave.
You have two improv shows coming. That's a huge pinnacle. That's a huge accomplishment.
I'm so excited. And I really don't get excited for things, but I'm trying.
Yeah.
I don't get excited at all, but this.
So how are you, is this part of a tour? Are you with like a group
I
that's
guess we should
going?
start
Are you
from
going
the
by
beginning.
yourself?
Yeah.
I'm going with like a little group.
Okay.
Yeah, a little group with
Do you want to give them a shout out? You wanna give them a
Yeah,
plug?
Jimmy Shin, Shea Freeman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some Tampa
Nice.
people.
Yeah, we know those guys.
Yeah. We know that.
Of course.
Yeah, done a couple of
Awesome.
Jimmy shows. So.
Love that. Yeah, Jimmy's great.
Shay's got a
I'll
great
be on the
show.
Roosevelt on Friday. Shay's show.
Has got an awesome
hot-
show here in Hollywood.
Yes.
At the North End,
Yeah.
I
The
did
North
hot-
End.
Do the
Yeah.
hot one, guy.
The
It was
ugly
so
baby.
painful. Yeah, he has a hot where you take hot sauce and then you do your comedy.
What?
It was so. Your mouth is burning. I'm crying. We're all crying
There's no
trying to do
way.
our sets. It was
It's
crazy.
like a
but
hot
fun.
ones,
What the
but for
heck?
stand
Yeah,
up.
it was
That's
so
cool.
fun. Like
Oh
the best
my
ever.
God.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing stand up in Los Angeles?
In Los Angeles since January of 2020.
Oh, you knew, girl.
Yeah.
You knew. Yeah. We would
Yeah.
clap. We've been clapping too much.
I know.
Just get the clap in. Just get that clap.
Resisting that. And how did you get into comedy? Like, what was the road, I guess, to your comedy?
I've been doing like improv and stuff. The road.
Good segue, Lena.
Good plug, Lena.
Thank you.
So good. I've been doing improv since like high school and stuff, and then in college I was taking improv and acting classes, and I had just always really been just on like the outskirts of stand-up.
Yeah.
Until I had been doing some sketches with some people, and I expressed like, oh, I'd love to do stand-up. Like, that seems so cool. He's like, oh, really? Well, I'll give you 5 minutes on this show.
Right.
So I had never done an open
Guess
mic or
what?
anything.
Stop it.
Yeah, and he was just like, I'll give you 5 minutes on the show. We'll see how you do. And that was Oso. I don't know if you guys knew Oso. He was a comedian. He actually passed away
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
last year.
No.
Yeah, but he's the one who gave me my first start at Bruce's Lounge in Santa Fe Springs.
Bruce's
wow.
Lounge.
You know what?
Shout out to
That
Bruce's
must have
Lounge.
been around the same. I remember seeing you. I don't know if we met. It was the diciest show at a
during
hotel. At a hotel.
What?
Ernesto Ledesma was over there. That's how I met him.
Those were those, I don't even
Joe
want to shout out the
Beltran.
guys. Oh, yeah, you don't want to shout out.
I haven't talked to Joe in a long time. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
was like, I'm still good friends with him.
No, but it was like that show. The place
They
was
were
packed
sketch.
full of smoke. Everyone was
Yep.
smoking.
There was
so much
rappers
weed.
in between.
Yes.
That was the peak of COVID. We had nothing else.
It was
we didn't stop during
impossible.
COVID.
No, hell no.
No,
we
we
went.
were
We did it.
going
We did it.
hard.
It was impossible.
Creepy warehouse, creepy hotels, backyards,
Yeah.
parking lots.
That's
They
right.
tell
That
you-
comedy train just keeps going.
Yeah,
you know?
this is they tell you this is paying your dues and stuff.
Pay
but
your
It was.
dues.
How did they like sell you the show? They were like, yeah, come do this 5
It was
minutes.
like, hey, this isn't a place in real life. Come on now, if you're real into
no, that's
whiskey.
really what it was. It was a physical location, so the answer is yes.
Yeah.
That was what, like Montrose or something? It was like something with an M. It was
It was
down.
Monrovia?
it was a hotel bar that was like, the hotel was here, the bar was like disconnected.
Yes,
It
yes.
was like upstairs and a little.
Everything was sketchy. Everything
That
was sketchy.
happens,
Yeah,
y'all.
you'd
We've
get
all
there
had
at
those
8,
stories.
you'd go on at 1 a.m.
One time,
Yeah.
I went there twice. The second time, the AC was set to like 46.
It was
or so. Were you there the night it
frigid.
was so cold in July?
Yeah. Yes.
And they were like, well, normally we just have more body heat in here. And you're like, how much?
No.
It's 46
How much was their
degrees.
bill?
Wait, do you remember
The tap water was $14. So
Yes, and that was obnoxious. That's
Wow.
why I stopped going.
Yeah.
And it probably was,
No.
and it was
No.
probably just delicious tap
Filtered.
water too.
Oh yeah, you could see all the little mold flakes
Oh,
just
wonderful.
flowing
Oh,
through
that's
the
gross.
tube.
Before I forget, do you remember the first time we met? It was at the Accidental Chaos. We were
Oh,
outside.
yeah.
It was weird. You might not remember, but I remember because I said the weirdest thing to you. I was super high, and she was so pretty. I was like, my mom's dead. How about yours?
And I was like, yeah.
And then her mom ended up had just like, and I was like,
2019, November 1st.
mine was like
Mine's
during
2018.
Mine
Okay.
was COVID. I was so embarrassed. I thought about that for weeks. I was like,
No
why did I
way.
say that?
Oh.
Why? No.
It's a bold intro.
We bonded.
It's a bold intro.
Damn.
It was just weird. I was
taking
like,
a
I don't know what
chance.
to
Did
say.
I like just do my set or something? Is that
No,
why you said
I didn't.
that?
I was just outside. I was scared. I was just starting comedy.
Oh,
and I was
my
scared. I didn't want to go
God.
inside. And then you were
Well, I mean, it's reasonable for you to be scared
Yeah.
of accidental chaos.
Yeah,
Literally
terrifying.
park down here and then walk through this creepy alleyway.
In either direction, it was the creepiest alley. No
And the
lights.
dumpster.
it's still a
A
great, it's a nice
dumpster.
place to do some comedy.
It is a
set.
great spot once you're there.
Dope
Yeah,
room once you're in.
The people are nice.
But
and
as
stuff.
a woman in LA,
Roll
by
deep.
herself in
And
the
I saw
dark,
you, I was like, oh my gosh, she's like so much energy. And I was like, let me try to talk to her. And so I gathered my courage and I go, my mom's dead. How about yours? And it was just like, she goes, oh, my mom is too. And we just start talking the
was
whole
great.
night.
And now here we are.
BFF.
Here we
How
are.
about that?
How about that?
You just knew. You just
So
knew.
grateful.
Weird. I don't know. Yeah.
You just had that.
You
something
take that,
radiates
yeah.
it.
Your moms
the
told
aura,
each other.
you know.
You know what? Let's
Maybe that was it.
Maybe.
What if it was like that? What if it was like that?
Angels.
You never know, right?
Comedy Angels. There you go.
Yeah,
So
very true.
that's 2 years in LA, and now and then you were doing improv before that,
I was.
and
doing
so
some-
the first time you did it, you got pushed in. You did 5 minutes,
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
and then my second show. So that was a Wednesday show, Bruce's
Okay,
Lounge.
you remember the day?
And then yeah.
Love it. No, I love it. This is.
I want to say it was like January 12th or something.
Okay,
maybe
I
something
bet it
like that.
was.
And then that Saturday, I was at the Ice House.
Stop it.
Wow.
Wow.
How is that? Okay.
Is this
Yeah.
crashing?
Wait,
like, what is this?
Yeah. Great show.
I
Wait, how
bombed
did that
terribly,
go?
and then COVID happened. I was like, let me do something new, bitch.
Like
it's
the
all
Ice
new.
House.
You know,
just
I've heard a
started.
lot of things like, you know, about rapid success, but talk about like warp
How did you-
speed here.
Yeah, no,
okay?
it was
yeah.
intense.
So how did that come to be?
Yeah.
That's a great.
It was just the guys that helped me out, like Oso, Sebastian Satina, Victor Vasquez. Like they were all had ins at the Ice House, so they were on this show on Saturday in the big room, and there was a little show in the little room, so they got me a little spot in the little room.
Wow.
Did you
So it's
feel like that first 5 was like, oh, I'm actually pretty good at this.
Yeah.
Like I need to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I thought I was so good. I tried something else.
Get back
At one
for
of the
it.
oldest clubs in the land.
Yeah, put me up at the Ice House. That's
Yeah,
the biggest
right?
club in the valley.
Yeah,
for
How many
sure,
people
you know?
did you perform in front of that
It was
night?
a packed room in the what's now known as the California room. It was
Yeah.
it was a packed
Yeah,
room.
that place has been remodeled. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It is. I was just there. I
fantastic.
saw Segura 2 weeks ago.
It's
Killed it.
Nice.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
For the roast no lotus.
Carissa was
Yeah.
there actually. I saw her.
because
she
we
was
were
on
doing
the Late
the
Show.
No Yotis roast battles in the California
That's
room.
okay.
Yeah.
Same night.
I go to use the VIP bathroom at the Ice
Ah.
Hey,
House.
now. Hey, I was in the trough with other men. I don't know about any VIP now.
I know it is a trough. So you walk down. All right. There
So
we
speaking
go.
of roast battles, that's become something that's very popular, and it
Definitely.
was even before the whole pandemic and comedy shut down. Kind of, it was still very popular. Now it's making a real comeback.
Big time.
How involved are you in the roast battles now? And then how much has that done for your career, roast battles?
Roast battles are awesome, and I appreciate them so much.
Yeah.
My record right now at the Comedy Store is 8-3.
Ooh, that's a winning record. That's a playoff number right there.
What
That
is it when
yeah,
you do
girl,
the
that's-
roast battles? It's like who? I mean, I haven't seen a lot of. I haven't gone
Right,
to a
I'm
lot.
not huge on them. No,
Oh,
yeah.
well, you'll have to go. No. They do them here. No Lotus is here at the Def
Okay.
Noodles on Fridays.
Oh, okay. You do it. Oh, at Def Noodles.
Well, they
okay.
have no
do
excuse.
like it's almost like the No Lotus undercard. So like you do well here, and then you'll maybe get to go on the show.
So there's brackets?
Big time.
Oh, so
Big time.
it's like
So
a
there's
comedy
like-
sport.
There's like 3 different leagues right now, kind of in the LA area. There's the No Lotos Roast Battle, which is with Los Digits, and then they have the Roast Battle, which is at the Belly Room of the Comedy Store on Tuesdays at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And then they have the Comic Wars, that's at the Improv once a month.
Oh, they have
Shit.
one there.
So yeah,
Okay.
but the Roast
There's
Battle
like
at
a
the
turf
Comedy
war.
Store has like a league. So they
Yeah,
have like
it's
all over the
hardcore.
world,
Yeah, yeah.
Barcelona,
That's badass.
Tokyo, all of US. Like,
What does it take to be a good roast battle comic? Because it's a different
It
skill
is a
set,
different
yeah.
skill because you have to write, and some people are like, "Oh, I don't write, so I don't want to do."
You have
a
to be
roast battle." It's
quick,
like,
too.
That doesn't even
Yeah,
make
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, people have
Yeah.
like literally said that. Yeah, that's where the improv comes in, helping
gonna
at the
say.
roast battle because you're
Yeah.
in the moment and you're actively listening. Instead of like worried about what am I going to say next, because then you miss what they say and then what you say.
gotta play off.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of research. Like I've watched so many people. I watched a lot of like Kim Cogden battles like back in the day and like Conor McSpadden. People have all their different.
We're getting into like the legendary status, like the like depths. Kim Cogden.
Right,
Didn't know,
yeah, she's
but if
amazing.
you're in that world, you would know who she is.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
But-
kind of like a heritage to this kind of.
Yeah.
All right.
Kinda.
And
I
do
was
you,
on Your Mama. That was kind of
That's awesome. That's adjacent.
Yeah, adjacent. It's similar. Yeah. 'Cause, well, you had to be fresh. You had to be right there. It had to-
adjacent? Right here.
Adjacent.
We didn't need that.
We did improv.
What a dollar
Yeah.
right there.
Exactly.
Former Groundlings guy here, guys. All right. So,
Yeah, second
Isn't there like a
city.
rift between improvisers and
it.
stand-up? Because every
There
time
is.
you say
There is.
improv,
People make a
what they
stage
get-
space. Like,
I know.
It helps you with your stage presence. It helps you be in the moment. It helps
Yeah.
you with crowd work.
just helps you in life in general.
Literally,
Yeah.
it really does.
did you ever do UCB or
I did Second
Groundling?
City.
Second City.
And I did
Oh, that's
UCB
awesome.
in New York.
Second
Oh,
City.
so you did
Oh,
that,
so you
did
did
you?
both.
That's
Now, Second City's in Chicago.
I did Second City here.
Here.
Oh,
When
okay.
it was
No, they
here on
opened up. Oh,
Hollywood.
okay.
Yeah.
Hollywood,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
That would have been awesome.
It closed down. Yeah.
Now,
Didn't
now
make it.
doing roast battles compared to doing straight up stand up comedy, have you found it to be conflicting at all with your writing? Like, did it ever
It
overlap?
elevates my writing, if anything, because it helps you just working that writing muscle and seeing different things from a different perspective and just like making those connections quicker.
Nice.
And I did my first roast battle during COVID in a backyard. It was like they were having a roast battle league, and I wasn't even supposed to be on it, but somebody dropped out, and they're like, "Hey, Gabby, you want to do it?" And I was like, "Sure." And then I won the whole thing. Wow. Got a
Just a
little trophy.
walk. So you kind of have a knack for being awesome at stuff you've never done before. Is what I'm picking up. Like, is
I
it?
mean, you guys said that.
I mean, like,
bullied
no,
as a child.
That's a compliment right there. Because if you're saying you're at the Ice House on your second try, you've done improv, walked out and won the whole. I mean, this is really
She
cool.
does
Like,
watercoloring.
yeah, I wanted
Probably
to hear from the
great.
watercolor. So, like, is
I wish I
that
bought one.
is the watercoloring a big active thing right now? Is it?
Yeah, definitely. Like before I started stand up, I was always been doing art, whether it was like drawing or painting. And when I moved to California, I actually like lived in the mountains for a little bit, not like weird like Crestline.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Lake
Oh, I've
Arrowhead.
been up. I know that area.
I've been up
Yeah,
there.
and I met some people from Florida. Florida people, we find each other.
Yeah, you
Somehow.
probably did some sound baths in that area. too,
Oh,
a few times, didn't you?
I'm a slut for sound baths. Okay.
I've had some weird
Don't
sound
even get me
baths.
We did one out in Joshua Tree. Have you been to one at the?
Oh, yeah. The dome?
I
I haven't done the dome, but I've done one in
It's
Joshua
really
Tree.
interesting. There's a name for it. There's something drome, the air
Yeah.
drome or something. But yeah, it's
That's
funky.
cool.
You get it if you stand in the very center of it.
Can you feel the vibrations?
of every-
Well, but you can't. You can yell as loud as you want, and no one can hear you.
what?
You're all in the same room. The
don't
way
trust
it's
it.
set up.
Oh,
the
that's
way
weird.
it's
It's
set
an
up.
alien.
What drugs were part of this?
Middle of the day, I'm telling you, middle of the day. It's just that the way the guy he was trying to communicate with aliens. This dude was out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
looks like Epcot kind of.
Yeah.
It's like a mini Epcot.
Yeah,
like
little
it's-
dome.
But if you stand in the very center, then
Just the
and-
way
and
the sound.
after the
That's
sound
crazy.
bath, everybody lines up to do it, and you're like, no way, get out of here. And they're like, ah, and everyone's like,
That's scary.
got nothing, dude. You're like,
I've had some weird stuff
hell?
happen at a sound bath. I got
Really?
attacked by an
Oh,
energy.
Attack
Oh,
it.
by
Sound
an
it. By
energy.
energy.
It was another person there who
Whoa.
sent an energy after me, and the woman lays me down. She brings it out of my mouth.
Wow.
She was like, "Oh, lady, I can feel it," and she she goes, someone sent something after you, and she just brings it out of my mouth.
Did she
and
put
I
it
go,
into a lamp?
That's some
It was
Ghostbuster shit right
crazy.
there.
Wow.
She should have put it into a little genie lamp. That's what you should
I
have
don't think
done.
anybody would have wanted
bottle it up?
It
Yeah,
was,
just a little
'cause it was
rub.
like,
Yeah, rub that
Supernatural
lamp.
I want
comes
some
out.
wishes. You always save the third wish. Don't
So-
use the third wish.
You always wish for more wishes.
Always wish for more wishes. So okay,
I
so
know,
we're
if they let you.
So we're talking sound baths here, but and we talked about that weird, creepy place where you did stand up. What's the weirdest place that you haven't mentioned that you've done stand up?
I did stand up in like I don't know if this was weird, but it was cool in like the basement in Paris.
oh.
In Paris, France.
Yeah.
You are
How does
full
that
of
happen?
excitement.
Talk to us about how you got to Paris, France, and doing
International.
stand up in Paris, France. Oui.
Paris and
Bonjour, tell us how you're doing it. Yeah.
Menage a trois. I got in trouble for saying that.
Menage-
Not on here. Not on here. You just
Wait.
helped our ratings.
This isn't
right?
this isn't the Instagram police here. You can just let
Yeah,
it go.
okay,
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
thank
You're not
God.
going to go to jail.
I went on
this one.
TikTok live twice and I've already got banned twice. So.
What? They're
Never
getting
happening
sensitive.
again. I know.
I know they're
getting
they're jailing everybody these
They
days. It's
are.
unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh man. So I went to Europe with my aunt. I was like an alternate. She was going with her twins, but her son got a job, so he couldn't go. So I was like, put me in, coach. Because it was like basically paid for already.
Hell
so
yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
going.
No problem.
So when I found out I was going, I just went on Instagram and I found out whatever comedy shows maybe they had in English over there in Barcelona, España.
Barcelona, right?
Barcelona
Yeah,
and
that's
in
interesting,
Paris.
yeah.
So
Very
I found some
lifty over
spots and hit them up and got some shows in Barcelona and Paris.
Get the
Yeah.
hell.
Comedypreneur. This is our segment.
We talk about being
Yeah.
a comedypreneur,
Comedypreneur.
right?
What kind of,
You have to
and were
think
there
like that.
decent crowds? Were there
Oh, they
people
were
that,
amazing.
Get
They
outta
were
here.
really good, and then they were laughing.
They can
And they
relate to
got
the
it.
comedy.
They got the
It was
English.
comedy in English.
Sure,
Yeah, it was in
sure.
English.
'Cause they understand
but
what you
tell
said.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one of them was called like Space Cowboy. It was like at this like space themed little bar. It was so awesome. They had a great stage
Oh,
and the
wow.
crowd. And,
So you're
God.
an,
It was
you're
really
an
cool.
international comedian.
I mean, you could
Look at
say
that.
Yeah.
I love what you're talking about. Do you have a booker or do you have management representation or you're out there hitting the streets or
I'm out in the
Getting there,
streets,
out
girl.
in the
It's me. Let me get my hat.
Pretty
Let me get my hat.
woman, walk into you out there in the streets. Yeah, yeah.
On the
That's
streets.
what to say. That's a saying.
Yeah.
I know that's fine. It's all good. Yeah,
Street
yeah.
walker? No.
Are you street walking?
She's a comedy
Different
worker,
stage.
okay?
Yeah.
She's a comedy worker.
Right.
If I'm walking the streets, I have a speaker and a mic.
Aren't we
Yeah.
all?
Comedy workers deserve respect. All right.
Okay, it's too
All right.
early for that.
All right.
Now we're picketing again.
Okay. All right.
Not another one.
So,
All right, so-
you do not have rep, you're saying right now?
I
It's-
don't.
It's all
Yeah.
you.
And you're just hitting up people through IG.
Yeah, Facebook groups. Like anytime I'm going out, like when we went to Austin, we would look at like the comedy Facebook groups in Austin to see what's going over there or
yeah, that's a
anywhere
That's a good
you're
point.
going.
The
so.
Facebook comedy
Those
groups.
are
Yeah,
good.
they got a
Wow,
lot of
okay.
groups. I've gotten a lot of gigs even in LA from those Facebook comedy groups
Yeah.
and stuff.
Good call.
Yeah, just being active and like just constantly scrolling, but with a purpose.
The hustle.
The hustle.
coach. Yep.
And-
Scrolling with a purpose.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
doom
You're
scrolling.
producing as well, right?
Yes.
So talk to us about that. How you manage your time between doing
Mm-hmm.
roast battles, stand-up shows, and producing.
It's tough because you can get burned out fast because the roast battles, sometimes they happen like back to back to back. You'll have a couple different ones and you're like, oh man, I just had like 3 in a row. Now I got to write for this guy and I have to book a show if I'm producing a show that month. I'm like, I have to book these
You're
people.
roasted.
And then we
You
have
feel
to.
roasted.
Yeah, you do,
Yeah, by
man.
the end
I'm a
of the
little
day.
marshmallow burning up. Just push me in between some crabs and a chocolate already.
Just a little burnt
love it.
marshmallow.
I get Jason, if you were curious earlier what improv does for comedy, I mean, you are off the
so many
cuff.
Off the cuff.
Absolutely every. You
Yeah.
are animated. Like this
Like, yeah.
is.
Big time.
Yeah.
It's
Big time.
the speaking of the energy that came out of you, it went right to her. You know what I mean?
We're just passing energy around like
Yeah.
Good energy.
Yeah. I was gonna say. Let's be
This is
clear.
right. This is the good witch energy. That's it. See that? Like I
Found
said,
it.
Season. Oh
off
yeah.
the
It's gonna
cuff.
happen.
Off the
When
cuff.
people ask me what I am, I just tell them I'm a witch. So they stop
That's-
talking.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
See that? I just threw it right back at you.
I'm like, I don't even curse at you, but I will curse you.
Yeah,
I will
right.
curse you.
Where are you producing your shows now?
I co-produced a show in Burbank. at an awesome little vintage store
Okay,
called
yeah.
Yes Baby Vintage.
Oh my God! I saw this on
Yes.
Instagram one time. It is the coolest looking place.
It's awesome. Yeah.
I need to hit you up. I wanna
Yes,
get over
please.
there.
It's once a month. It's the second Thursday of the month. And if you could just come and support, like sometimes Corey
yeah.
will even put you up. He'll either give you like 3 or
Yeah.
5 minutes, but
Cool.
Do they sell food?
no.
No.
It's a vintage clothing store.
No, the reason I ask
Vintage food.
because no,
Vintage
but
food.
there
It's
was
very
like-
old.
Somebody had a show, and I don't know if you guys are familiar. There's a show that was like a diner. It was like an old school,
Oh, that's cute.
vintagey kind of diner, and like the food was listed as being awesome. Like all the comments were like it's the best food,
man.
but like the decor was all old, vintagey. So I thought
that's
maybe
cool.
it was the same place.
Yeah, Jason.
I'm not just crazy. I'm not just crazy. Adjacent.
Word of the day.
Yeah. it is.
Today's letter is J. A. Adjacent.
Okay.
We had to come all the way around.
I was just,
So
work
that's what
around
you're
it.
producing right now, and it's a
That-
monthly
yes,
show.
I co-produced that with Corey Jacob.
Okay.
Another actor,
Shout out to
comedian.
Corey,
Yeah,
yeah,
shout out to
yeah.
Corey. It's a great show. He always puts like headlines and killers. We had Steph Tav on that show.
Yeah.
We had the dude from SNL, Michael.
Michael.
I love that guy. Michael. He's great. Yeah.
Who I really the weed is good, fam. That's why I can't remember.
Are you roasted right now, Gabby?
Yeah, right? No, I'm so sober. I'm so sober.
You're producing another show too. Look, as I get back. You're producing another show too, aren't you?
I do. I produce another show in Temecula.
Okay.
Called
Wow.
The Secret Garden comedy show. Yes.
Tell us about that show.
What's that venue?
Yeah.
That has actually changed a numerous amount of times. We've had a couple different venues. I co-produced that with another awesome. She's not a comic, but she's an entrepreneur.
Excellent.
Karina Zarate.
Okay.
So my car got impounded. So I had to go pick it up. And when I say impounded, I mean repoed. But
Yeah.
we went to go
we'll
pick
with
it up.
impounded.
Well, it's all how you define it.
Yeah, right.
They do that with
Totally
Bentleys sometimes, you know what I mean? You just- you
I
miss
mean,
that.
it was a Mini Cooper.
There we go. There we go.
A couple steps down from a Bentley. But yeah, I got my car repoed and I had to go pick it up somewhere. And we were walking around downtown Temecula. And we found like this little courtyard. I met this lady. I said, this would be great for a comedy show. She said,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
let's do it. She gave me a date. And like a
On the
month
spot.
later,
Gotta love that.
we
This
started
is
the
you.
show. and
You are
we've
like
been-
the. It
You can
happens
get anything
now.
done.
It
I
happens
think that's
Do you
now.
see what improv does for you? All
I'm
of
so mad about that. It's not improvising.
This
Oh,
is
it's improvising.
the benefit of
Because
having a
you
car
just
repo
gotta fake it
sometimes.
till you make it. Just get in the conversation, then afterwards we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We were talking about that with our last guest about being delusional in some effect in order just to keep
Yeah.
believing in yourself, not quit, not get burned
It's not
out.
delusional.
What
it's
is the better word?
manifesting.
Yeah, okay. Let's say manifesting.
Manifesting with taking action while
Exactly.
you're doing it.
There we go. That's the other
Think-
half.
Yeah.
Think and grow rich. Napoleon Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Napoleon.
He was
Yeah.
a tremendous con man.
I prefer
Interesting
Napoleon.
guy to look into.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should look into his
absolutely.
past. He was an
Absolutely.
awesome con man.
I prefer
the great
Napoleon.
book. He
It
killed it with the
is.
book. But yeah, if you look into the backstory of him, he was interesting to look at.
Right?
I prefer Napoleon Dynamite personally,
Oh,
but
well.
We didn't.
I had to go there.
The great.
Couldn't help myself.
Love
So
Napoleon.
so now, like, beyond you going to Tampa, you're going to Orlando. Are you on the? How often are you on the road? Are you in California mainly?
I mean, I'm on the road whenever I can be. If I can be on there, I'll be
Is
on
it like a monthly
you know?
thing that are you starting to see some consistency? You're only 2 years in, so it's not
Yeah.
like you really have a whole track record to base off. But
For sure.
are you starting to see the road? I don't know, quarterly
Yeah,
or
definitely. Because I'm just trying to look to see where other shows are and trying to map it out
Oh, inform
and
later.
try to get try to
what
get.
kind of time are you getting down? Because I'm just trying to picture the logistics. We're filming in LA. You live in LA. You're going to perform in Florida.
Yeah.
So you're investing in yourself. You're
time.
buying a plane ticket. I'm assuming you got to have a hotel. I don't. Well, you might have
Well,
family.
thankfully, yes, I am from Florida, so
Yeah.
I have places to stay. Like,
Right.
I can stay with my dads. I can stay at my friends. You know.
So you get to
I'm
see your
very
family
grateful for
too.
that.
This isn't like
Yes.
you're just going to Kentucky out of nowhere or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
So that
that's
helps.
a big swing. That's,
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot, but I'm grateful that I do have that support over
Yeah.
there that can help me out, and a lot of people come out. So I'm working on like getting
Yeah.
merch to
That's a
elevate
Yeah.
that kind of
Do you have
profit to
ideas?
fund the
What are you thinking for
yeah.
merch?
So I'm doing some like different T-shirts. Like I designed some T-shirts, some prayer candles with like a picture.
Hell yeah,
And, you
yeah,
know,
I like it. I don't know,
You get them
yeah.
at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, and then put the sticker on that.
Never
Baby.
would
Why don't you,
I
why don't you
love
label
it.
them
This is
comedy
creative.
candles? Comedy candles.
Yeah,
Very
and then
creative.
you light
That's
it, light for laughter. You know, you
Light
need
for
to-
laughter. There you go.
Light up
People
the
don't think
laughter.
about
something
bringing the
love
merch
it.
out and stuff,
Yeah,
especially when they're
like
on the
little
road.
koozies or just something I can make bracelets. If I
Yeah.
can make,
People
like,
buy
little
it.
things,
Yeah.
try to- absolutely.
By any, they want to just have something of yours because they like you. They like the person you are on stage, and they just want to support. And people will buy that stuff up.
I'll tell you. Speaking of Jimmy Shin, the first time I met Jimmy Shin, I actually met Jimmy Shin at your show.
Oh, yeah,
At
this was-
where was it? In
Pasadena.
Pasadena, and he was selling the
Towels.
The cum
cum
towels.
towels. He was selling cum towels. So
Stop it.
People
This
will,
is real.
pe-
You're
Yeah.
selling cum
people will,
towels.
Yeah.
people will,
They're like golf towels.
yeah, people will buy any,
Yeah,
people
we'll
will buy
go with
anything
golf.
if
And they
they
do.
find you entertaining.
Yes.
Jason bought 3.
But wait,
My wife was like,
I got one right
my,
now.
my wife, my wife was like, "How did you get on Jimmy's show?" I was like, "Yeah, I had to buy a cum towel for it." But
but to be clear,
we
we're
own
not the
it.
ones
Right.
making up the term, right? We're not like he calls it a cum towel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
not.
yeah,
We're
he
not
did
the gross
not.
people.
We're not making this up. Yeah.
His branding. I mean, we're just the messengers.
Do you do voices during your sets?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. 'Cause
This is my most offensive accent. Isn't
I
that
love
weird?
it.
I know
It
that.
sounds like
That's
someone who has a
offensive.
retainer in.
Yes, exactly. It's just too much spit. I forgot my spit cup. You know. I had a speech impediment. I rode a short bus growing up. Okay.
Oh no,
Hey,
that's
I did. No, I did.
That's just
I actually
real
own a short
life.
bus.
I
you
did
really?
short
Get
bus.
out of here.
No way.
I did.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely.
not a joke.
It was the
Yeah.
one that came to my neighborhood. So
Wow.
people laughed every time we got dropped off.
My mom was a bus driver.
Oh.
So I had to. It's what she was
See,
driving.
You guys have good excuses.
well, no, people think I have a speech impediment, but it's
It was
really
just
just
for you.
it's a. People think I have a speech impediment, but it's really just a Baltimore accent. People don't know.
Shout out to Baltimore.
I need to learn.
Be more represent. Go O's.
Go
Represent. Second best team in
Go
baseball.
O's. That's what you
No, people think we're British from like go O's. Like our O's are very accent.
Oh, now you get
Natty
real
Bows.
Trumpy.
Yeah, no, Trumpy would be like fantastic. I have to tell you.
So when you thank you for that. Well, what I'm always curious, especially people who are getting into this journey, they come up like really fast and they get a lot of opportunity. What was the courage that it took for you to like, continue it and then like get on the stage and continue to do it? Because you heard about people who would just stop after
Yeah.
a year because they did so
You get
good
that
in the
imposter
beginning. Yeah.
syndrome, and then you're like, why am I
don't
doing
say
this?
that.
I need to
hate
do
that
this. And
word.
you're like, I don't deserve that. or
Yeah,
something like that. But
I'm glad. That's not you though.
No.
You're not.
Gabby
I mean,
was
you know,
not an
sometimes
imposter.
you get those little thoughts, but then you just have to like ground yourself and be in the moment and be like, it's a journey.
But when it's working though and stuff,
Exactly.
it's
You're
like
like,
this is the journey I'm supposed to be on, and
Yeah.
did something like that happen to you besides just having a good show? Was there like that aha moment, like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I know where I'm going, and I see where my journey is heading and stuff.
I feel like that happens like after the shows and people
Yeah.
come up to you and you're like, wow, like you were really amazing. Like I was crying, I was laughing. Somebody came up and they're like, I was trying not to laugh so hard. And I was like, what?
Why?
Laugh
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah, let it
Get
out. Let
like
it
that's
out.
the energy. I'm
Yeah,
feeding off of the laughter,
yeah.
Like,
I'm feeding off of you.
like open up, let it out. Like don't be so tight. Like I think those
Yeah.
moments.
She's
are
like, well, I was 9 months pregnant. I was just trying to not.
baby came
The
right
baby
out.
See,
right here.
there's an earthquake happening of energy right now between the two of them. It's just
Yeah.
shaking in this room right now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's like a tag
Love
team,
that.
WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put me in,
What would your
coach.
WWE tag team be?
Oh, I don't know, but we can make that happen.
Yeah, L something.
LG. Let's go.
Those are my initials too.
Oh, see that?
Love that.
Throw an idea.
Wait,
United.
now I have a question. It's just from where I'm sitting. Meet me in Montauk? Is that what it
Yeah,
means?
you're the only one who's ever been able to read that. Now I'm going to show my
What
guns
went
off.
on
I've been
in
working
Montauk?
out.
Gun show.
What was so memorable that it was tattoo status?
Have you ever seen the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Yes,
Mind?
that's
Yeah,
one of my
great
favorite
movie.
movies.
Carrie and Kate Winslet.
I love
Really
that
good movie.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
it's
that.
also like the song of Circus Survive. I don't know if you've ever heard them, but they do a song, Meet Me in Montauk.
Ah.
So the movie's all about
That's
like,
awesome.
you know, you want to erase something, but you can't because it's just meant to be. You just
Damn,
have to
girl,
follow
you're
that.
deep. You deep, girl.
She has a lot of. What is the key?
The key, this was a Friday the 13th tattoo, so it was $13.
I love it. Improv is like not just your characters, but I mean, you got a tattoo because it was $13.
And this was a good artist. He was like from Georgia, came down.
No,
to
that's
Tampa.
really good. Yeah.
That was like a pentagram, but I'm like, can we put a lightning bolt in
Get
there?
out of town. Yeah, maybe.
It's like, I don't want the pentagram.
Maybe you see on the. You're gonna get the 13.
Just put
Yeah.
that
You're like, I don't want no Ybor City tattoo, all right? Well, it depends where you are in Ybor City.
Guilty. Yeah, we have a few of those. Ybor, the good times. I'm gonna blow your mind now. You like these?
Hell
Wow,
yeah.
you have so many.
I did
Nice.
those.
Oh, you did.
did that?
I did both of these.
Why can you?
What-
So you draw too. With
Yeah. So this was the beginning of COVID. That was the end of COVID. This one will glow in the dark.
I feel like
Wait.
you found a lot of skill sets.
Yeah.
I bought a sewing machine too. And
You're
that
a
was
handy
good
girl.
collecting
Wait,
stuff, yeah.
you bought a sewing machine?
Nice.
You start making your own clothes or what?
I made some bits and pieces. I was like upcycling clothes, so I would like
Yeah,
go to
I
the
do that.
thrift and find something with
Yeah.
a cute pattern or something, and then like cut the legs off, make it short.
No, you know what? Do you still do that?
Yeah.
And wear
'Cause
them on stage.
There was a kid that he
Amazing.
had
You
a.
should sell that stuff,
I was thinking about that too.
girl.
Yeah.
You make so much money.
Right.
Just take it to your shows, and in addition to your merch, just be like, I make my own clothing.
I was thinking like because it's still adjacent, putting like some of the paintings and
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah.
there, and it's like I know it's not necessarily the comedy.
Adjacent.
Adjacent.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
If y'all
yeah.
said that one
That's
more
the hat
time,
trick.
Hat trick. You're
3
a
for
fast
3.
girl.
I like sports.
I met a guy. It was during COVID, or just before actually. He had a vintage shop on Ventura in
Okay.
Studio City, and he was doing something to like repurpose, if you will, men's shirts. I think he was turning them into women's dresses. No, but he was killing it, and he was selling them in Japan, and he was
What?
making
Impressive.
a killing. He was a young kid. His parents helped him get a store. He'd buy the clothes in bulk from like a distribution center for like $1 a bundle or something.
For sure.
And he'd figure it out, and he was killing it. So I mean,
That's awesome.
keep
I know I need to get down to
chipping
this.
away.
Thank you, chipping.
Look at
I've been
you
playing
giving
PGA
Gabby the
golf
pep
on
talk.
I mean, she would've-
PS5.
Golden, what is
Golden
it?
tea.
Golden tea, yeah.
Do you find that having these like offsets of art helps as well? Like being able to channel that energy not only into stand up, but your art and upside that has to give you that confidence too.
For sure, because you have like a different perspective.
That's what it like. And your perspective is so unique. Like it is a very
you.
unique perspective because I've seen you on stage and stuff. So it's like it's a very unique perspective you bring in. What's your ethnicity?
A Dominican Puerto Rican.
Salsa.
There you go.
Yeah. Spicy
Yes.
lady.
You
Spicy
know it.
lady.
It brings in such
I don't
a
like spicy food, so flavorful.
I'm like,
Flavorful.
that's
We'll go with
like that's like a Jew doesn't like matzo balls. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
give me the
spicy
matzo
food.
balls. Get over here. What are you gonna do
Yeah,
about
I
it?
know.
I'm overclamped.
Mom, don't worry. I like.
I was waiting
Mom,
for
don't
it.
worry. I still like a filter fish. Okay.
Yes,
It's okay.
absolutely. As long as it's kosher, I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh, we felt. All right.
Oh, y'all gotta go back. This is a Jewish couple.
Jathan, no, my mother's always like, Jathan, did you brush your teeth? Mom, I'm almost 40.
But did you brush your teeth?
But did you brush your
I don't
teeth?
need my teeth
Make
anymore.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
great.
So okay. So, do you also have ambitions to produce on the road as well?
Yeah, that would be really awesome. I would love to do that with like a collective of a couple people. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if I want to do that by myself because
That's a
that's
lot of work
so
alone.
much. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
it's like your focus is more on that instead of your stand up, and then like I feel like sometimes like you're balancing the craft
It
and the
is.
producing, so then it's like maybe you'll go a little bit producing, but then when you get there, your
How are you
material's a little
balancing
bit like.
all of it? Because you're doing.
Well, I'm a Libra, so
Oh, Libra, right?
That
Yeah.
means-
What's your birthday?
1, 2, 3.
September
October 6th.
September 27th.
Okay, nice.
I'm a little delayed. Yeah. There was,
Well, you're right there.
West Coast time.
Yeah, right there. 3 hours earlier.
It's like the balance though.
Right
It's
there.
still-
Yeah, Libra over there, Libra over here.
Yeah,
What
that's.
do you guys?
What is that?
Aries.
Just the.
Ah,
Aries,
okay.
yeah.
April or
April
May?
4th.
April 4th.
4/4, the mark of the
Aries.
beast.
I didn't know you were an
nice.
Aries. I'm an Aries.
Well,
March
that's the best
31st.
Oh my
Inside
gosh!
it
See
is,
the
yeah.
balance.
See, there's a lot of.
Let them have their fun. Aries.
Us Libras are a certain beast. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
big time.
We're a certain
But
kind
wait,
of
what
person.
are Libras? Is that leadership? How does that do?
Like
y'all are able to-
diplomatic, charismatic, all about like aesthetic.
go-getters than
That makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
artsy.
yeah.
Not as much. I mean, go-getters, yes, but in not a very organized
Right,
way.
and a chaotic go-getter.
chaotically organized.
Yeah.
So-
Organized chaos.
Exactly.
Now, in being a comic, it sounds like it's easy for you to take from so many different interests of yours. Growing up, did you have an interest in comedy as a child?
For sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like growing up, my dad, he always had comedy going on. He always had like Animal House playing or some kind of, oh my gosh, why am I blanking? With the coconuts.
Gilligan's Island?
The monkey.
Monty Python. No, but you got me there. You got me there.
coconut.
Wow.
Because
That
they
was a
used
test.
coconuts to make the sound of the
Oh, yes.
for the horse.
Right, wait,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
When
What a
the guy
way
would
to
he
think.
cut the limbs off. They were
Libras.
Yeah.
None shall
Libras.
pass. None
Exactly.
shall pass. Yes.
Just a flesh wound.
Yeah, just a flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. Yeah.
So like Monty Python, all that.
Yeah.
I would like my sister and I would like recreate the all that Mad TV SNL sketches.
All
and
that.
stuff.
Oh,
Like,
wait. So you were recreating sketches like
for
at
sure.
home or at
Yeah.
school? Or?
No, like at home and stuff.
Yeah,
When that
home, little
super like Superstar movie came out with
Yeah.
Molly
yeah,
Shannon,
yes.
I was walking around school like this.
Oh my God.
That's
Not
amazing.
cool.
Everybody
Not cool.
was.
My
No.
office smelled good.
Were you a cool kid growing up? Was that like you were the funny or were you the funny girl? And
Yeah, I was awkward, man.
That's awkward.
I was just I was a little bit more ginger growing up too. So, and I was raised by my dad mostly, like because I would go to school in Florida and then go to New York with
That's
my mom.
interesting.
So
Oh,
my
wow.
dad and my sister and
two
I lived
different-
in Florida.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So you're raised
And
by your
then-
dad.
Yeah,
That's different than
So,
most
yeah.
single parent situations are by the
Exactly.
mom.
mostly.
God.
Yeah, people would always ask me that, and I'm like, I'm 6. I don't know.
Do you have any idea what the different, like now that you've met friends who are raised by their moms,
yeah.
do you know some ideas how?
Strong.
I don't know. I feel like I still got a lot of time with her, you know. Well, because I would be there for like 4 months out of the summer and
Sure.
then like 2 weeks for the winter or whatever. But yeah, I definitely had like school pictures where I'm like wearing a Tampa Bay Buccaneers t-shirt and posing with a
Just
football.
like a tomboy.
As opposed
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
the girls are
Yeah.
like with the bow. And
Look, why do
something,
dads do
so-
that? My dad wanted 3 boys, and he used to dress us up as
Yeah.
like boys.
Was that confusing for you
That's
for
hilarious.
sports teams? Or are you like, because you're talking about the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So are you a football fan or
Like sports.
you just wanted to?
I say it's like baseball, hockey, football.
All right, now
Like
what
the
happened when you
order
went to
of
see
my-
your mom though? Then did you turn Jets
Did you-
Giants?
Oh,
Like, what
I
happened?
mean, it's like Giants, Bucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Jets-
is
the
awkward
Jets
when
aren't
Brady
an
went
option.
to.
So Giants.
Love how you.
So Giants are number 1.
No idea
The
what
Bucks are number 2.
Yeah, now I feel like the Bucks have kind of come in.
I mean, how do you go from? But how do you go? You go from Tom Brady?
Yeah,
To,
I
to
mean, I
Baker,
don't-
Baker Mayfield. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
now you're
It's
just-
unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
About that.
So baking,
Yeah.
I like baking.
Yeah.
No, I meant
Baking in a field.
I meant baking in fields.
Oh yeah.
So, as far as like, did you have comedians growing up, or even now? Are there, are there influential comics that you like? Are your favorite comics? Who do you?
Growing up, I'd say like some of the first HBO specials I saw were like John Leguizamo. Like he was definitely a big influence. That movie, The Pest.
The Pest. I
Like
remember that.
I absolutely those were huge. Jim Carrey, you know,
One of my
Robin
biggest influences.
Williams, all those. The Mask. As a kid, I was just going all around going, "Somebody stop me!" all the time. You know, like, exactly. And yeah, Ellen DeGeneres' HBO special, Here and Now. That
Yeah.
one had a huge.
She came up hard
I'd
back in the
watch
day.
those.
Like she really, like I remember watching her come up. I mean, I'm old enough. I used to watch her on. I think it was VH1 Stand Up Spotlight. I want to say
yeah.
when she was just coming up, and
cusp.
we didn't even know she was gay.
Yeah.
No
Well,
one even-
She
She could've
hid
come
that.
out
She hid that
until-
for
yeah,
like
yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
And then when she did, what happened? Like,
Poor
I should have
thing.
just. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Like where were we? You have the best men's haircut I've ever seen. I don't know.
I mean, compared to yours, I could see where you got the inspiration. from.
Yeah. Do you know how many times I've gone into a barber and been like, "Can you just give me the Ellen? Just give me the Ellen."
The Ellen cut.
Even as it shifted, like as time went on, she'd be tighter, she'd be crazier. I'd be like, whatever, just give me the current Ellen. I'll take the
Whatever
Ellen.
the current Ellen is thing.
Yeah.
Can we do a pick stitch of side by side with Paul and Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not mad.
A fusion of both half of their faces.
Who wore it better?
Who wore it better? I went to a barber one time. You know, they're always like, "Well, do you have a picture?" I pulled out a picture of myself with the haircut, and I said, "Can you make me look like this?" And they still messed it up. I was like,
Oh
"You know
my
what?
God. They were mad
At least maybe you've heard of Ellen.
That's
Can
me.
Yeah.
Please don't ever do
But
that.
so Ellen,
In Living Color.
oh hell yeah,
That was
hell
so,
yeah.
That was
my
great.
jam.
You
Yeah.
could've- can you dance? You could have been a flag.
Hi, yeah. I mean,
Right?
J-Lo is a fly girl. She's basically like
Yeah.
You had Damon
Yeah.
Wayans on that show back in the day, and you had
lot
Jim,
of
Jim
influence.
Carrey was
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
Fire
That's where
Marshal-
he started, Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is compatible to that right now? What is
No-
comparison?
nothing.
They don't have
Nothing.
anything.
I
I,
don't
thought they were
think it
trying to
really
come up
is.
with something.
No, I mean,
You
there
know,
were-
they're re-releasing it. They're actually re-releasing In Living Color.
They're not
There's a
redoing it?
channel- No,
Oh,
the
okay.
old episode. You can't mess with it.
No.
You can't mess with
But
it.
they still mess with
it is what it
everything.
was.
They do.
Yeah, but it'll be a stark comparison.
I mean, but also
I
back
saw
in
Damon Wayans do an hour at HaHa
Wow.
last year,
Oh my
just a
God,
drop in.
that's
He did a drop in
awesome.
hour, and I was like
Wow.
sitting on the
I've
floor.
seen it
We're
too,
all
it was
just
good.
like, oh,
Like
shit,
kids,
listen.
like a kindergarten, just
Yeah.
like, okay,
Like we're at
teach
camp.
us.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Killed it.
That's
Killed
awesome.
it.
So, are you doing comedy full time now?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then just, sporadic things to try to pay bills in the meantime.
Yeah, so you don't have a steady job. You don't work somewhere in particular. You just
Yeah, just a couple, like at different places. Like I'll work at a restaurant sometimes
Yeah.
or pick up a shift here and there.
Yeah.
But you keep it
Promo
open so
modeling or
you
whatever,
can.
But yeah.
But
Did you
that's
say
what we
modeling?
have to do.
Yeah, like promo modeling and stuff.
But you can't just be like, yeah, pick up a shift at a restaurant model once in a while. Come on, no,
Extra background stuff and stuff.
that's
yeah.
awesome. Like, do you do like print modeling? I mean, you're a pretty girl. Like, do
Yeah,
you do
like commercial. I've done like a runway show.
Like, no, I don't know how to say that. You're hot. You're hot. Wait,
Yeah,
what
pretty
do you-
girl, why don't you come and tell me?
How else do you say it? You
Yeah,
should model. You're a good-looking chick. You know what I mean?
That's
Like the
funny.
fuck, you're not.
You said, so how else should you say it? I had a customer at the restaurant I was working at the other day, and the way he went about it was like, you look like that girl from Han Solo. She's hot. Like calling me a Jason girl.
Oh, now we're batting cleanup. That's 4 for 4. you know?
You know what I found? People will say in Hollywood when they don't know how to say you're good-looking. You have a good look. You have a good
okay.
look, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh, so you mean that I'm
Putting
yeah.
the in front of
Yes,
good.
yes.
Changes the whole
Yes,
dynamic
yeah,
of the
yeah.
sentence.
No, well, you don't want to be canceled or some shit. You know,
Right.
you're like, hey, you know.
My boyfriend has that problem too. We'll go out and girls will be like, "Oh my god, you're so pretty," and then he's like, "I never know what to say." I mean,
About you. Just nod your head.
And he's like, "Yeah, she is." Yeah.
Do you then flip it back on him, being like, how come you don't talk to me like these girls do? That's what always happens.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
I got
So
it.
now
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just look at him and go,
You scored, brother. You scored. Don't you forget.
You're so lucky.
You
You're
know.
so lucky.
Okay, I'm always interested, especially like, what is the goal for you? Like when you, but I want
Goal?
to because you have to.
All pressure.
Some people don't even know, but it's
I
like
know.
She just
it's
told you. She
important
said
to
gold.
"Gold."
Gold. I want
Gold.
gold. I want gold. That's that's
I
it.
like go.
I like
So many
gold.
goals.
But what's there's that one in all that's like, this is what I'm doing, the purpose. Like,
I'd say just consistently producing content that is making the world a better place.
yeah.
Can we get a clap up for that? That deserves a clap up.
Golf clap. Golf
He
clap.
was
That
already
beautiful.
ready.
That was beautiful. I came off the arm of the couch for that. I was in
He was
position.
cozy.
Yeah.
You thought that was only worthy of a golf clap.
Now, of all the things, though, because you have so many talents that you've tapped into, do you
know that's
see
the problem
stand-up
sometimes.
as being something you stay with for a long haul? Is stand-up grabbing you in that way? Do you think you go back to improv? Like,
I would think so. I think stand up is definitely there for good.
yeah?
Yeah.
Do you find it's like a
So you
voice?
hang
Are you
in.
able to like get out? Is it because after a while
Definitely.
you feel like I wouldn't know how to
doing it,
communicate
yeah.
after a while. If I didn't do
Yeah.
stand-up anymore and I didn't write,
Right?
I'd feel bottled up.
Because you got to get that out. And
Yeah.
then you never know what you can say that's going to touch somebody else and
Yeah.
help them.
Yeah.
Because I've
and
done
help
something
them.
that I didn't even think was funny. And they were like, that was hilarious. I was like, really? That thing? I was like, that's
But
awesome.
there's such a
Like,
commonality.
You just never know.
That's right. And
Yeah,
there's such a
no.
commonality through that message that you just said. It's shared amongst so many of us in what we do because
that.
it's becomes part of you.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like, and then like Paul was saying, he would feel kind of empty if he didn't have it.
Right.
So it's for us, it's like it's
cathartic.
a calling. It's a
It's
cathartic.
cathartic.
and
It's cathartic.
That is the
and
word.
It's a
It's
calling.
cathartic.
Yeah.
like you talk about your mom passing away, and I know, was that something that helped you get, because you never just get over losing a
For sure,
parent.
yeah.
You grow around it. Did that, because I know it helped. I cried
Yeah.
like the first time I tried to do the joke
Yeah.
about mom. I was like,
because you're like saying it and you're like,
this hurts, but I gotta get it out.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with me.
definitely
I didn't
helps.
cry when I did the joke.
No emotions.
No, I have none.
You
It's
have
really
no
wrong with me.
emotions.
I have
You
none.
were.
You're dead inside.
I might be AI. No one told me. No one told
Are
me.
you a bot?
Yeah, they're trying to
Are you
figure
a
out
bot?
if I can figure out that I'm AI.
Wait,
not even here.
one day we're all just gonna be bots doing comedy.
Thanks. That's what they do now.
what they do.
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh, what is that thing?
It's like
on
being
TikTok.
a non-playable character.
But what
It's
is
so
that?
weird.
NPC.
And
I
they're
love
making
that.
and they're making millions of dollars just becoming these like game characters.
It's
But how
so
did
bad.
what is that?
I don't know.
It's
It's
a new
literally
AI.
just
You
people.
can
You're
make
live on
millions,
TikTok
yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for the coffee.
Thanks,
Thanks for the thank the
Rose.
gal.
Oh yeah,
The
when you like
galaxy.
grab
Candy.
stuff, pretend to bite it, like
Yeah.
yeah.
They got like grown ass men doing this shit. They're like
Oh,
NPC
no.
running in the room.
They're in their mom's basement. You know what I mean? Like when
This is our
Thing.
future.
It's so
though.
This is
sad.
where-
But that's why we're here to change it and
Yeah.
bring real life
Yeah.
experiences
That's right.
to people so they can feel with other people in real life because the laughter is a vibration and it carries.
But do you think the AI
Yes.
will
Well
take
said.
over?
Well
Yes,
said.
well
But
said.
do y'all think it'll
Absolutely,
take over
yeah.
our industry though? Because
No.
everyone's concerned, and
no,
it's like
definitely
you
not.
can't have a bot doing stand up. I mean, you know, how you gonna have a bot at a bringer show? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
You would use
that's all. Like,
All computers come to my show.
please bring 5 bots to my show.
you would use the word help. You casually kind of slipped in that like we help our audience. Has anyone ever come up to you and said like, oh, this one joke connected?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like
and
what?
that's what really, like,
Not to put on spot like a topic, but I mean, do you
yeah,
remember
kind of
like
like the mom stuff
thing,
and like
yeah.
getting over grief and
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
wow, like you're so brave to like talk about that with everybody and like just
Yeah.
kind of those taboo topics that
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
really get out or even like growing up with it as a dad like raising me or like any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Just yeah, and that's what fills our soul.
yeah, because
Feeding
people don't know how to
ourselves.
put into words
Yeah.
sometimes, and when you can
Yeah.
do it, it
When
kinda
we
helps them.
shine our light, it reflects off them.
I remember
Look into the camera. When we shine.
I had a bit about overeating. And you know it's comedy,
that's
so
okay.
it's
Yeah,
funny,
yeah.
you know, because I was a fat kid growing up, and
Okay.
I can gain 10 pounds this afternoon. Like
Nice.
if we
No,
go to the,
no,
you know
I
what I
can-
mean?
I'm
It's-
That means you got
it's
good
easy.
legs.
Yeah.
So, huh?
I mean, you got good legs. If you're like a fat kid, you got good legs. Nah.
Yeah.
Solid
Just a little-
bones,
just a little-
solid bones.
Just a little husky. you know?
But someone came up to me after I did a set about like eating past when there's leftovers. You know what I mean? When there's not leftover for leftovers.
yeah.
And someone was like, dude, I really appreciate you because you know what? I'm in that same boat. And
Wow.
and 2 or 3 times when I first started the bit, I'm like, damn, this is like connecting material. This isn't
That's
just funny
awesome.
goofing around. This is like people are relieved by
Yeah.
it. You're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, all right, well.
Yeah,
Glad I
They
could
feel a
help.
little lighter after they leave the show.
Go on a diet, fatty.
Just
So I wanted to ask you, what is your biggest to date comedy moment that you've had? Don't improv. Well, look at those wheels spinning.
She has been improv gold for a full hour,
threw her-
and you
I-
stumped
I
her right between
stumped
the
you.
eyes. Right between the eyes on that one.
I mean, wow.
it's
Of
such a
course
hard
it is.
one.
It's an impossible question.
You can choose 2.
I know,
You
right?
you can pick 3.
Still not enough.
If you answer wrong,
Look.
you never work
That's
again.
true. That's true. So biggest comedy moment, definitely like performing overseas is one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
something that,
That
like
is-
I never in my wildest
Yeah,
dreams
yeah,
would have
yeah.
like thought, and then you're doing it and you're just like, wow, I just did that.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
You know, you have
Yeah.
that sense, and like, and especially in like a foreign country, you don't know anybody, so cool.
Yeah.
And then I would say like performing on some of those iconic stages like the Laugh Factory or
Yeah.
like the Comedy Store, just knowing all those other legends that have shared that space and to
Right?
be able to like walk in those footsteps.
Yeah.
That's a
Pretty
high.
good.
It's a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
like-
I think you accomplished
Yeah.
the question with your answer.
Okay, cool.
yeah, hell yeah.
I mean,
You passed. You're passed at the Comedy Road podcast.
Gabby Vargas, come on down. The price is right. You've won a new car. That's
There's
it.
God.
no prize.
No, that gets under your
This is
skin.
pride.
The first time that I did the potluck at the Comedy Store. I had just moved here, and I actually my mother had recently passed. I had a lot on my mind, and and I just got up on that stage and absolutely was filled with terror. It was just, I was killing in Boston. I was having a really good time, but I had taken time off to kind of collect myself. And it was, all I could think was, this is the biggest stage on planet Earth. Rogan was still in town.
Wow.
It was in the OR. And I'm like,
That's
oh my God,
awesome.
literally probably the most famous stage you could possibly be on.
Funnest time
and
ever.
if you do well, your life might change entirely. And if you do poorly, then you continue to live in the misery that is you.
No, the guy says that on stage. When
Oh
I
my
did it, the
God.
guy came on stage and he was like, the host, he was like, yeah, some of y'all might not need to be here. And I was like, why are you saying
Wow.
So we're going to see. And he was scared.
Mindfuck.
So everyone's like,
Just
this.
really getting
And I'm
into
like,
everybody's
this is
head.
fun.
Wait,
You
And I
loved
was just like,
Feel
oh, y'all are fun.
Lena,
I
Lena,
love it.
So awesome
Lena,
there, though.
what did he do?
He was the guy, the
No,
host.
I want to see what he did, the action again.
That's what me. I was like, yo, this seems fun, guys. We have nothing to lose.
I can't believe you were able to tap into it.
I
was
loved it.
filled with fear. I
was
bumbled
scared,
my
though.
words. My jokes didn't make sense. And it was 3 minutes. It's not like you
Yeah.
get 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes to win them
But
over.
sometimes 3 minutes harder.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Because you're like,
The 3-minute sets.
Because you
I'm like,
only
wha-
can do
how-
one joke.
and-
Yeah.
Remember that
Or
one
just-
time we did that
you
3
just
minutes
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
West Side
yeah.
Comedy
one-liners,
But
and
this
it's hard
is-
when you're like
yeah,
a
it's
storytelling
harder.
comic or
And this
something.
is your moment too. It's
Yeah.
like
That's
you
what
get
I'm
3
saying.
minutes.
But there's more moments.
There'll always be- no,
You're
there are.
building it
There'll
up in
always
the
be
head.
more moments. Yeah.
And if you're doing something that doesn't scare you, like, is it even worth
That's what
doing?
I'm saying.
Well said.
Because
Well said.
fear and excitement are literally
The
like
same
the same
of 'em.
feeling. It's just your brain that's be like, you're scared. So you just have to be like, no, I'm excited. No. I'm excited, not scared.
Yeah,
Other
yeah.
than that, so you're
Comic
just
tip of
flipping
the
it.
episode right there,
Yeah.
I think. That
Yeah.
was
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
was great.
The
Flip
more
that
you know.
script. It's all about
Flip
perspective.
that script.
All about perspective. So
But-
we're coming down to the end of our show. We have one really important question to ask you.
It's not that
All
important.
right, take a deep breath. It's a difficult question.
It is. It's deep.
Are you ready for this?
I think I'm ready.
I said, are you ready?
Okay, wait, I can do that better.
I said, I said, are you ready?
That's it. The episode's over. We won't get to it next time.
That was it.
We were unable
Okay.
to reach that.
Okay, wait a minute.
What is your favorite ice cream?
And why?
And why?
My favorite ice cream is a tie between dulce de leche and
She did that with an accent. I
Yeah,
heard
you
that.
went.
I couldn't even say that again.
dulce de leche.
Dulce de leche.
That's what
That
Dulce
Dominican
de
just
leche.
came out right there. yeah.
Okay.
It sure did.
But like-
Ooh, plátano ice cream, is that an option?
Platano?
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 we tried that.
I don't think it is.
So wait. So we have
I had like a banana.
dulce de leche is
Dulce de
one
leche.
of them. What's the other
Dulce
one?
de leche. I like a mint chocolate chip.
No.
Oh my
Yes.
god!
Wow.
2 for 2.
Is that
2 for 2.
right?
2 for 2.
Yeah.
That's insane. That
We just had
you
Janelle,
know, that
Janelle
really
Draper
is.
was just on, and she loves
she
mint
loves
chocolate.
Just an hour ago.
Love
Yeah.
that.
We gotta
Wow.
play all those
Amazing.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
Gabby.
Well, if we ever
Mint
do a
chocolate chip.
reunion, then we know
Unbelievable.
mint chocolate chip
Yeah.
works for just about everybody.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
does.
Thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you.
Yeah, we're really excited to have had you. Thanks
Road
for
dogs.
Is there any shows that
Road
you
dogs.
want
Comedy Road Dogs.
any shows or anything coming up that you want to plug?
Yeah, I have a show this Friday at the Hollywood Roosevelt. And then I will be at the Ice House on the 29th.
Boom!
Of September.
Be there. Gabby Vargas,
Gabby Vargas,
guys.
everybody.
Gabby
Woo!
Vargas.